Do you have any ghost stories or paranormal experiences? UFO visitations, aliens visitations, anal probes, sounding. Did an alien sound you? Did you see a ghost? Whatever happened. Have you had an experience like that?
Alien
Oh man,
sounding.
yeah. Since we got super specific, an alien did sound me once.
Have you ever been sounded?
I've been rusty tromboned by an alien. His name was Michael. It was really weird.
Wow.
He was,
Was he
an
wearing a
alien.
sweater?
But what is? No, he's like, oh, Vsauce, you got me again. No, so yes, I have some experiences with these things.
Really?
When I was a young boy, about 5 years old, I was setting up Halloween decorations, and a UFO flew over our house. And there was a forest across the street, and flew over the forest. And I saw it, and I went
Did other people see it?
and was like, Mom, Mom, but it was gone by that point. My mother actually believes that she has been abducted.
What?
She's a strong believer in that,
Whoa.
and she would sleep when my dad would be out of town. She would sleep with a knife under her pillow
Whoa.
because she thought that maybe the aliens would come back
Oh my
and
god.
take her.
Holy smokes.
And she always would be like, I felt like there was a presence in the room last night.
So can I ask,
She's weird.
do you, can I ask, how do you corroborate those paranormal experiences? Because you're a very scientific
Yeah.
and logical person. How do you corroborate those two experiences?
I think, well, when I was 5, so my memory could be hazy because like our memory works that every time we remember it. Imagine a VHS tape. When you remember it, you're remembering it the last time that you remembered it. So there's little inconsistencies. Things change.
It's like a
in the
phone
same way
call,
that a
telephone.
VHS tape will deteriorate the more that you watch it. That kind of happens. So who knows if I actually did? I think that I did, but I don't know if I did. I strongly believe when people see UFOs that it's just some military plane or something like that. Because I mean, there's just a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues when it comes to space travel. I
Yeah.
don't think that an alien would come here. But who knows? They might. I do believe that we're not alone in the universe, but I find it hard to believe that they would be able to get to us at any point in time, really.
I agree with that sentiment.
Because unless they are so advanced, they travel near the speed of light. In which case, even if they could, by the time they got home, time still is the same for their home planet. It's like, cool, we're going to travel this distance. So it's going to take 20,000 years on our planet, but for us, because we're traveling at this speed, it's only going to be 20 years.
Right.
Time they get back, it's going to be 40,000 years later. Everyone's dead. Anyway, sorry. When it comes to ghosts and things, I do remember one moment. It was Christmas morning, and I woke up, and I went into the living room where the Christmas tree was, and it was pitch black. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I saw my brother in the corner, and his back was to me, and there was this weird fog around him. And I went over to him, and I was like, Adam, what are you doing up? And he turned around, and he just didn't, he had a giant mouth as a face. Now,
What?
if this was real or just a dream, I don't remember anymore.
How old were you?
I was probably, this was about 5 or 6 still.
How did you react?
I ran back into
That
my
was a
bedroom.
spooky year for you.
It was. But I had these things too. Where, I was in my bed laying and I saw a shadow. But who knows? You have an over-imaginative imagination. I don't really know. I also don't believe in ghosts, really. I have a lot of personal theories about that stuff. I don't think ghosts are real. I think, if anything, I'm not like a big spiritual kind of guy. But I do think, if anything, when we see these apparitions, that they might be just beings of a higher consciousness. Because if you think about it, at some point you don't need a physical form if you're just pure energy, or you know everything. If you can actually conceive of what is nothing, then maybe you don't even need a form. So maybe that's what we see, and because I always like to think about alien worlds, that we understand what things are because we have a very geometrical idea of everything. Everything is a shape, right? You have a certain form, and your form is created by lines. So if we were to see something that didn't fit within that construct, we would have to put it in that to be able to actually see it.
Right.
Just the same way that we can't see dark matter, we can't see spectrums of light or color. Maybe there's certain things that we just can't see, and we don't know how to process it.
Or it's like that classic experiment with 2D world, right? Where if a 3-dimensional creature goes into flat world, it would just appear as a slice.
Because that's you just can't comprehend it. You can't.
Yeah.
How do you visualize it?
That's interesting.
So that to me is kind of, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just because there could be other things around. There's so much that we don't see that maybe we get little
The
glimpses.
thing that throws me off about ghosts is that it seems to be happening to the same people. I feel like 50% of the people are like, I've never seen a ghost and I want to, but I've never had it. And then the other 50% is like, I see ghosts all the time.
Well, my counter to ghosts would always be, why don't we see the ghosts of animals? Why are there no animal ghosts? Why aren't they just chilling around? Why do we only see people, specific people?
Right.
Shouldn't there just be ghosts everywhere?
Yeah.
All over. There's more people that have died than have been alive. Shouldn't we just see ghosts all over the place? So I'm very skeptical.
And
Again, I don't
they
want to
all
say.
happen to be from like 1950.
Yeah, it's like
None
a
of them
specific
from
time.
none of them from like Genghis Khan
Or like the
anything.
1800s. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't see like a caveman walking around,
Right.
or cave woman,
That
Yeah.
would be cool.
or cave
Cave
they,
people,
whatever you
please.
want. Yes. Just smoking the
People of
cannabis.
cave.
People of cave.
People of cave.
Cave origin. Native cavemen.
So I don't know. I don't ever want to dismiss something immediately because who knows?
Right.
You know, like we find out things all the time. We didn't even know that what DNA was until like 70 years ago.
I agree about aliens, though. It seems so, with our current understanding of physics, it seems super unlikely that someone would go interstellar
Mm-hmm.
to come peep us out.
Well,
But-
there's also a lot of, again, there's so many things we don't know. Could it be that there's a wormhole we don't know about that they traveled
Sure.
through? Like, 'cause if you
Yeah.
think about, is there a piece of paper? Let me use a dollar bill. Okay. So if we take time, and let's say like to get from this, also in the movie Event Horizon, which I learned this, you go from like point A to point B on a straight line. It's gonna take you longer, but if you fold time,
Right.
Yeah.
then you can just go right there.
And then
So-
do you have the time dilation issue if you do that?
I don't know. I would assume not, because time dilation happens from traveling at speeds close
Right,
to or near the speed
right.
of light.
So then you zip on through the galaxy and it's all
You're just
gravy,
there.
baby.
But also you have to think too, like there's just a speed limit to how fast communication can travel, which I talked about in a video called
Right.
Traveling Light. Where like I always love in movies, like in Star Trek, like, okay, like, hey, home base, we're gonna, like the Klingons are attacking, send someone to help us. It's like, cool, that message will get to them in 40 years. Like
Right.
you'll be dead. Everything will be done by the time they
Yeah.
actually get that message.
You know what was a really cool answer to that paradox in Ender's Game? They said that, and it was later confirmed by this thing called coupled, what is it called? Coupled particles,
Mm.
Oh, yeah,
coupled
yeah,
atoms.
yeah.
Yeah.
This weird phenomenon where two
Yeah.
particles or atoms get joined, and if you put it on the other side of space or wherever, they move in sync
Mm.
together, regardless of the space between them. And so, like, theoretically, that could be used for something like that, could be used for deep space communication.
Well, that's the thing, everything's theoretical, but there's, I mean, again, it could all be plausible. We just don't know because there's so much more that we have
Yeah.
to discover.
Yeah.
Which I think is just, I don't know. I'm excited.